Thank you so much for the introduction, Rajwan. Let us now move to the technical section of the interview. Can you please explain me the concept of the debounce? Yes, I can tell you. So debouncing is a technique that is used to improve the performance of the feature by reducing the frequency of the function call. So basically, it delays the execution of the function call by a certain amount of time since its last invocation. Okay. So can you please explain me what are the applications where debounce technique is used? Yes, I can definitely tell you some application of debouncing. So we can think of that one of the major application of debounce is search boxes. So we have seen that in many applications like Amazon, Swiggy, we have search boxes. Whenever user types something, the desired result come up. So what happen is due to debouncing, whenever user types something in the search boxes and after a certain pause, the user gets the result. This is the debouncing effect. It ensures that on every keystroke the API does not get hit, but after a certain amount, after a certain delay, after waiting for certain amount, the API get hit. In this way, the debouncing improves the performance of the application. Okay. So what I will do is I will share you some boilerplate code. So you have to basically implement the debounce technique there. Okay. So let me grab a link for you. Sure. Meanwhile, I will share my screen. Yes. Here we go. Okay. So here, if you see that we have one input box and one random data. And if you navigate to the JS file, you will see the get filter function. So you have to basically make this function a debounce function. Currently, this is basically a normal function. Okay, so let me quickly have a look at the code. Okay, so we have get filter data function and I have to basically debounce it. Okay, cool. Okay, so here we will define a function debounce function, and this function will basically take two arguments. One will be a function itself, other will be delay. Okay, now inside this function we will basically return the function, and inside this function we will basically define the context of this function, which will be this, that will be equal to the context of the outer function. Also we have our arguments stored in the arg variable. So we can do one thing, instead of that we can use const also. Okay, after that, okay, so first of all basically we have to check if we have any timer. If we have any timer, so we have to basically define the timer. So we will define it here. If we have timer, then we will basically clear the timeout first. Timer. After clearing the timer, we will assign a new timer to that particular variable. So timer with the help of set timeout function, and in this timeout function basically we will pass the delay. So delay we have as an argument delay, and in this set timeout function, after the delay is completed, we have to basically call this function. So this function will be called with the help of apply function. This apply will basically take the context, and the arguments. So in apply function, the argument is passed in this way. So this is our arg. Okay. So here I have seen that you have implemented function return from a function. So can you explain that why you have implemented in this way instead of just defining in the main function? Yeah, I can surely explain. So while it is technically possible to implement the function the other way around, but if we implement this function by returning another function from it, it increases the readability and usability of the debounce function. So basically what happens is, in this way we can store the result of the debounce function in a variable, and with the help of the variable we can use this particular implementation with any number of contexts and any number of delay. So this is the reason I have implemented in this way. Okay. And can you also explain what you have done with this line, where you have defined the context and arguments? Yes. So I have passed the context because I want to make sure that whenever we will call the inner function later in the call, it will have the same context as the outer function. So this is the reason. Argument variable basically allows to capture all the arguments that are passed to the inner function later in the call. This allows the inner function to capture or receive and pass along the same argument as passed to the original function. And why you have used the dot apply function instead of just calling the callback function? Okay, I have used apply because I want to make sure that whenever I will call the callback function, it will have the correct context and second correct argument. So this is the reason I have used apply here. Okay, great. Continue with your implementation. Okay, so now just we have to call the debounce function. So we will define a variable debounced filter, and we will then call our function. Inside the function we will pass our normal filter data function, and along with that we will pass the 1000 millisecond of delay. Okay, so instead of the normal function, now we will use the debounce function. Now if we will save here, okay, now if we see here, we if we type h after I left the key, after a certain pause, that is 1000 millisecond pause, we get the desired result. And if we keep on typing, we will not get the desired result. As soon as I left the key and after a certain delay, I got the desired result. We will try it again. Let's say I have cleared all things. I have typed HU. So basically we will try it again. Let me search it with DELE. So as soon as I have stopped typing, after a certain delay, that is we have passed the 1000 millisecond delay, we got the desired result. So this is what debouncing is. It helps in improving the performance. If we have not implemented a debounce feature, instead of one API call, it has just made the 4 API calls. So we can clearly see the benefit of the debounce function. Okay, great. I was just expecting this result only. Okay.